perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Vanderbilt Commodores, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Commodores will put it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteers offense will go to work first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Caught in the backfield. It's James. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working, so this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And already it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Looking to throw, it's Lane. Gets it to him on the screen. There he goes. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Volunteers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold on.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. On the ground, it's Watson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10 play.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will go to work for the first time today. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll leave it with him. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Commodores in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Powers through the defender. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. With jet sweep pass. Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Commodores kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Send the tight end in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, having that expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vandy. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator, giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Here comes the offense on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first?
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The Vols are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll take it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
That's caught. It's James. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Volunteers will hustle to the line. The give from the gun. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. It is a maxim of Tennessee football that you must be physical.
Physical. It's this kind of people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want to do the dirty work. They're willing to do the dirty work, and you love it when your team has a bunch of grinders, a bunch of physical guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys that want to work.
They'll give it to the back. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. Dropping back, it's Lane. Buys a little time. Going to try to get it himself. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Turning it on. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
And the Vols have it in scoring position on first and goal. Working that left side now. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Volunteers!
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Running back searching for a hole. He's past the 30. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Past the 30. He's at the 10. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. They had the explosive score, and it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. He leaves it with his back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Neyland Stadium alive. A cauldron of orange noise on third down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. The Commodores send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Looking to pass. It's Lane. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. This quarterback part of their running game. There he goes! Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
He now has 63 yards rushing in this one and well on his way to a 1,400-yard season. And the Volunteers are flying down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Lane. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal.
Here we go.
Quarterback keeper. Hard running there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Vols trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. They go right back to their man on second and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds Water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Charlotte. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fielded in the end zone. It's Taylor. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking for a man. It's Knight. This time he's got it. Breaks into the open. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Commodores are in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Washington. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
No, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Throwing right. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll try the run. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw, it's Lane. Wide open downfield. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's Jackson.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quickly out to the tight end. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen, the ones that get in the backfield, the tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Now facing a 3rd and long. Using his feet. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown ball!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So an 82-yard drive there. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out. It's Pitts. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now.
Oh, he's got some space. And a nice pickup on the run, and gets down to avoid contact. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. To throw, it's Knight. Quickly complete.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Commodores line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Volunteers will kick it away to start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They go to the ground. Runs through the tackle. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. The Commodores want to move quickly.
And it's so hard playing defense because they put guys in motion. Sometimes they give it to them. Sometimes they don't. Nice job. They get the jet sweep outside right away. The defense doesn't react quickly to it. They get some positive yards, and they get the first down.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to throw. It's Knight. They'll run the screen. Fighting off the defender. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line, and they stop him and knock him out of bounds. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Pressure coming. Outside the pocket, lets it go. A strike downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He's going to throw deep right side. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And the Commodores started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. Looking for a pass to the end zone to the right. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now. You're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball. I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
Here's a heat. Buys a little time with his feet. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we driving back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Holds and fires complete. Turning it on! And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Give to the running back. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Might as well give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Lane. Grab near the marker. It's Smith. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Now, how about that defense in the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Makes the catch. It's Jefferson. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Vols are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Now on the move. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Nice grab in traffic. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. There he goes. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now. With a nice lead here late in the 3rd quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
And the Vols back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the ground. He's got it again. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here we go. On the move. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Go through using games the whole season so you can make playoffs. Go do that, man. The real dogs in the SEC. I ain't gonna talk about what you're talking about. I hear none of that shit, nigga. You wanna be a real dog, stay in the SEC. You wanna be a little puppy, go to the new cast conference.
A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This conference. They put you in the game the whole season so you can make playoffs. Go through that, man. Real dogs in the SEC. I ain't gonna talk about what you're talking about. Ain't trying to get none of that shit, nigga. Wanna be a real dog, stay in the SEC. Wanna be a little puppy, go to the new cast conference.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get enough.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the defense finally stops him, right? He's had a heck of a day, and they're taking a shot down the field to him. And I think they've gone to their go-to guy because he's put up numbers, and he's been productive, and he's got that speed on the outside. Defense has definitely got an eye on him and kind of said, hey, we got to make sure we take him away.
The Commodores moving quickly to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Going to the ground. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Now the play fake. Bringing the heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So here is the Tennessee offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. The give out of the gun. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll keep it on the ground. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers in a good spot here with second and short.
Military stun! Military stun!
Back to the ground game on the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Vols are moving quickly down the field. Finds his man. It's Jackson. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Quarterback keeps it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
They'll go to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go!
Fires to the big fella. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down.
So difficult because my eyes tell me he's a defensive guy. He's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And I
know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Lane. Finds the tight end. Brings into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
The Volunteers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Touchdown, Volunteers! And the route is on. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Commodores will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. From the gun, running back gets to give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Lane. Grabs it in the middle. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They want to throw it. Looking for the score. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown ball. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit at them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
He'll bring it out. It's Pitts. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had him, hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Commodores can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught over the middle. It's Nakua. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all off season. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Runs through a tackle. Picks up the first down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vandy. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses.
Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. And the Commodores pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Now he's looking to throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.